Okay, welcome back. Those who are just tuning in, you're still kind of early. Good for you. This is Total Wellness with Kris. My name is Kris. Today we are looking at the topic motivation. We are trying to see and understand the science behind staying motivated. And, I'm very particular and passionate about motivation because I think it drives basically everything that we do and everything that we become. But the challenge I see is a lot of us, what we think to be motivation is actually not motivation. And that is why we don't get to achieve what we want to achieve. And that is why frustration, anxiety, and chronic stress become, our definition, basically. So let's look at what motivation is not. I tried to explain before we went on break that motivation does not wait for feelings before you do. That is not what motivation is. Motivation actually does and then enjoys the feeling after. And that feeling after encourages you to do more. Okay? But the song we just listened to right now is the Hall of Fame by The Script. There's a line there that says in the chorus, standing in the Hall of Fame, and the world is going to know your name. Okay? Now that is pleasant sounding. That is very encouraging. That is very inspiring. That is very motivational. And that is the problem. A lot of us listen to a number of motivational songs. We listen to motivational speakers, and then we allow them to hype us. But one thing you have to understand is all these motivational speak going on around is not what you need to be motivated. Motivation is not about hype. Motivation is not about hailing you. All that still boils down to this thing called emotions and feelings. What is motivation really? Motivation is about habits. Yes, it's about habits. And the most successful people in the world, they do not wait for inspiration. They actually build systems. They build structures. They build frameworks that support the goal that they need, and that is the motivation for them to keep going because they have erected structures, they have invested in something, so that motivates them. But for a lot of people, habits are difficult. They said old habits die hard, so it's easy for people not to do anything. That is the easiest thing in the world. It's very comfortable to be in one position and do nothing and then just accept your fate and cry and lament and call yourself a victim and say nothing is working out for you. That is your comfort zone. That is very easy. Anybody can do that. But for you to be motivated, you need to be determined. You need to be deliberate. You need to be intentional by building healthier habits, by building habits that can encourage the growth that you're looking for. So for instance, let's take morning routines. You do not have to wake up at 5 a.m. and run 10 miles, okay, at 5 a.m. There's a popular guy on social media who's known for doing that. So maybe what you need is just 5 minutes of journaling, maybe 5 minutes of stretching, all right? Or maybe just a bit of silence before the chaos, before the day starts. Oftentimes, we feel that we need to be motivated. We need to run and wake up at 5 and then we run and then we do all these hefty things before no, you really don't have to. The little steps that you take do matter. All right. So some of the people that I get to talk with, one of the challenges they have is the issue of hopelessness. They've lost hope. They've lost faith. They don't think they are good enough. They don't think they are capable. And I tell them that it's because you are doing too much at the same time. You're being run by your emotions, by your feelings of grandeur, by your feelings of achievement, that you really do not take out time to sit and be very realistic. Stay true to who you are, to the situation or to your positioning at this time. Now, one of the things you need to understand is the goal is momentum. The goal is not perfection. When it comes to being motivated to do something, do not allow perfection to be your goal. If perfection is your goal, you will forever keep failing. Take it from me. Because why? There is no perfection. Nothing is perfect in this world, okay? Now, one of my favorite tools that I like to use with my clients is this, and I hope you have a pen with you, write it down. It's called temptation bundling. Temptation bundling, like you bundle your temptation, right? What it means is you pair something that you should do with something that you love. For instance, you love listening to your favorite podcast, right? A favorite song. Now you do that while you're doing your laundry. Now, this is something that works well with me. I hate house chores. I can't stand house chores, but these are things that you need to do. So what do I do when it's time for me to be involved in some form of house chores? What I do is I blast music. I love music a lot. I listen to music, I dance. So I blast the music. Now, what my brain has now done, it has learned to crave the combo. So what I tell people is, when you're having a challenge with a particular kind of goal or activity, bundle it with something that you really love, and you find that it becomes easier for you going forward. All right, so motivation becomes easier when your habits do the heavy lifting. Does that make sense? What are the habits that you have? What are the things that you love to do? You love eating, for instance, right? But you hate doing a certain thing. Okay, fine. So why don't you pair your eating with what it is that you hate doing? But remember that there's a need for balance. There's a need for self-control in everything that you do. I sing that all the time, so do not miss that. Do not forget this tool, temptation bundling. This is the first thing that we have learned today. Okay, no, we learned about the action emotion loop. I hope you remember that. This is temptation bundling. While I allow you stew in that, we're going to go on break and we'll be right back. Remember to take note of your questions, write them down, whatever contributions you want to make. I'm here until 8 p.m. I will answer your questions and address your issues. So we're going to listen to Show Me Off by Asha. Is it Asha or Asa? Asha right now. All right.